started.
Okay, Bremner from Norway. Let's go d4, d5 here. And I meant to play the Dutch defense. Maybe I can transpose into it. I'll set up a Slav triangle here. Oh, he's just going to take it. This is some weird gambit line. Some weird gambit line, which I'm not familiar with. I think it's called the Marshall Gambit, a different one than the usual one. Okay, so anyway, I'm not getting my Dutch defense here. There's some, you can check and try and grab a pawn here. That's the gambit. The check, causes them to interrupt the defense of the d-pawn with the bishop. Okay, so if I just trade off on e5, then I get an okay position here. e4, knight takes. At least I get my knight developed. And then I just have to push the c-pawn at some point. Maybe now. Now let's castle first, so I can, if he trades queens, I want to be able to take back with the rook. Just wants to line up and checkmate me, huh? So I guess the next move is going to be bishop here. Let's stop the bishop from coming up. Just to trade off that knight and then checkmate me on this diagonal. Not a bad plan, but I think I can stop it still. So this was my plan, to play c5 here to liberate my bishop here a little bit. Get a little more space on the queen side. He goes there. Okay, let's take. I don't want that pawn coming forward anymore. And what here? This move, I guess. He does have a passed pawn now. I have to be careful with that. Comes in with the knight. Okay. No tricks. Let's pile up. I guess his knight is going to hop into B or C6 there, hitting my queen. But I can play queen C7. And what I want to do is play bishop to b7 and put some more pressure on that d-pawn.
Server announcement.
Maybe I should start with queen c7. That'll put a little pressure on the knight. Let's see how he wants to defend the knight. Gets the queen away from any discovered attacks from the knight moves. So he defends with the rook. Okay, so let's get the bishop out here. I still think knight c6 doesn't work because bishop takes bishop. But he could push the pawn forward then, so I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe queen takes knight would be okay, and then I am able to stop the pawn in time, and I'm also threatened mate on g2. That's bishop takes, knight c6, bishop takes bishop, pawn d6, queen takes c6. So I've got two pieces. Pushes the pawn again, I checkmate him on g2. So the pawn advance threat is not strong enough. And actually, I'm also threatening just to take the pawn here because it's only defended by the queen and the rook. Okay, so we went that way. Okay, that defends the bishop. So I can grab the d pawn here. He's threatening to take the g pawn, however. Let's see. If I move my king, though, he's got knight moves with check, which is a bit annoying. How do I hold everything together here? Let's see. Instead of moving the king, can I play g4, kicking that bishop? So king h1, for example, he has knight g6 check, and then my bishop is hanging. So if I play g5 rather, the danger is that he'll take it. I'll take back. He'll take with the queen check, and then my knight is hanging. So what this means is I think I have to defend the bishop and give up that pawn. I don't want to give up that pawn, though. That's an important pawn. It's one of the defenders of my king side. Can I take the knight? Oh, I know what it is. Knight here will hit the queen. Knight to Knight h5 will hit the queen, and he doesn't have moves with check. And then I'll be able to grab here. His most dangerous move would be queen back here, threatening mate. And maybe I could block that with f. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, I wasn't finding. It's a bit of a tricky situation. So block it with f5 was my idea here. So that his bishop is still hanging. I want to trade off that bishop if I can. And if the bishop retreats, then I can grab the knight. I need to grab something because this knight is on kind of a one-way journey here. It has no. If it comes back, then he can grab the f-pawn, which would be. Well, I don't want to give that up. And then the knight will be stuck there defending h7 again. So let's see what happens here. Oh, he moved. Okay. Knight there hitting my rook. Let's see. So I'll take the bishop. He can take my rook. I can take back with the rook. Oh, if he takes my rook, I'll take his queen. So he has to take there. And so I emerged a piece up, but he does have this passed pawn, which is annoying. So let's see. I could give a piece back immediately with
server announcement.
Bishop takes. I could unpin with tempo. This was one of my ideas here. Threaten mate.
Check.
And then bring a rook over. Oh, that's interesting. He can trade off that bishop. Oh, he's finding all these good moves all of a sudden. Okay, I can take that pawn. He can take my bishop. I can take his rook. Boy, this is complicated. So he takes that way. So I ended up giving the piece back anyway. Let's see. What should I do here? I can take here with check.
Check.
And then I can come back and defend my g7 square, which is not yet under attack, but there's a danger there. Okay, and he's piling up that way, kind of looking indirectly at my rook in the corner. Let's see, can I come over here? We have opposite colored bishops, which is going to make this a tricky game. Sort of tough holding on to everything. Let's see, if this rook moves, and my rook in the corner is hanging. So he could at least win a pawn by moving the rook. I move my rook, and then he moves it back, or maybe grabbing a pawn over here. And I'm looking to play something like queen h5 check. Queen h4 check. Trying to come in over here. Okay, so he moved his bishop out of the way.
Check.
It's loose over there. So, unless I'm getting mated, this should be good for me. Well, it will be nice to get a win, and I haven't gotten one. In a while. But there may still be tricks in this position. He can double rooks, for example. But that does open up his back rank to a check. So maybe he can't. Rook up, I come in here and mate.
White resigns.
Okay, well, good game. I'll upload this and do a postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.